If you clicked on this video, it's highly likely that you own the immensely popular GMK87, but didn't realize that it had other layout alternatives. Well, this is the GMK87, and in today's video we're going to figure out whether it deserves a spot in your collection. Without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing. If you're already the proud owner of a GMK87, this unboxing will feel all too familiar, with its sleek white packaging and diagram on the back. Upon opening up the box, you're greeted by a protective foam layer, followed by the main attraction, the GMK87 itself, wrapped in a plastic sleeve, followed by the trusty user manual. Next in line is an accessory box containing a sleek USB-A to USB-C cable, alongside a standard keycap and switch puller. The unboxing experience delivers the essentials for assembling your keyboard following a familiar yet satisfying routine. I paid about $40 for my GMK87, but it's readily available for about $55. It's got an 80% TKL layout with 84 keys and a volume knob. It's got tri-mode connectivity, meaning you can connect via Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz dongle, or wired USB-C. The GMK87 features a 3000 mAh battery. It also features VIA programmability. Before diving into my thoughts on the GMK87, let's tear it down and get into my specific configuration. Similar to the GMK67, this board features a screwless case design, meaning you will have to deal with those flimsy plastic clips. The easiest way to remove the top housing is to simply push from the inside out, and then it should lift right off. Make sure to carefully remove the ribbon cables and connectors before setting the internals free. Finally, there's 6 screws on the back of the PCB holding everything together. The GMK87 features a polycarbonate plate with lots of flex cuts. The gaskets can be found on either side of the plate. With this kit, you get plate mounted stabilizers, which I will delve into shortly. This kit comes with plenty of sound dampening foam, featuring a pour-on layer followed by an IXPE switch pad. There's also a layer of PET film stuck to the PCB. Speaking of the PCB, it's 5-pin hot swappable with south-facing sockets. As we move further down into the bottom housing, we encounter another layer of foam followed by a silicone pad. With the teardown concluded, let's rebuild this thing and add in our switches. Just before we do that, the only modification I saw necessary was to add a pretty generous amount of GPL 205 grade 0 lube to the stabilizer wires to combat that annoying ticking sound. For switches, I've gone for Akko's Cream Blue Pros. These are a 5-pin tactile switch that require an operating force of about 45 grams. With the switches inserted, let's move on to our keycaps. For keycaps, a company called Keytalk were kind enough to send me out a set of theirs. These are their Sweet Tooster keycap set. They're 5-sided die-sub PBT keycaps in their own KDA profile. I'll have a link to these keycaps in the description if you'd like to check them out. That concludes the build portion of this video. Now, it's time for me to share my thoughts. So right off the bat, it's clear that this keyboard is one for the eye. With its crisp cut edges and sleek white brushed finish, the GMK87 exudes a confidence that is worth considering. For those who prefer a more stealthy finish, the GMK87 is also available in a black variant. The playful theme of my keycaps combined with the aesthetics of the board make for an overall very pleasing keyboard. The TKL layout offers an excellent solution for minimizing the keyboard's footprint while maintaining convenient page navigation keys exploded out to the right. The GMK87 is crafted from an ABS plastic, yet it boasts a surprising rigidity. Unlike some plastic keyboards, there's no sense of flimsiness here. It's remarkably well constructed and sturdy. The minimal flex present in the case further underscores its impressive build quality. Despite its rigid and sturdy build, don't mistake that for it providing a stiff typing experience. The board is gasket mounted, offering notable bounce to each keystroke, resulting in a highly enjoyable and rewarding typing experience in my opinion. In this price range, I'm yet to encounter a typing experience that surpasses that of the GMK range of keyboards. With all the sound modifying layers in my setup, coupled with Akko's Cream Blue Pros, the board's sound profile reached its peak with beautiful pops, delivering an audibly satisfying experience. Since the Cream Blue Pros are a tactile switch, which does increase the overall volume, I wanted to cater to the linear fans out there, hence I've included a sound test with the Cream Yellow Pros as well. This adjustment reduced the overall volume of the keyboard, shifting the sound profile from more of a poppy one to a more soft creamy tone. As mentioned in the build section of the video, the stabilizers in their stock form exhibited some notable ticking sounds. Once lubed, they sounded great. Turning the board over, the underside maintains a familiar minimalistic design with one large information sticker in the center. Each of the 4 corners features a rubber pad, ensuring the board stays firmly on your desk without sliding around. Additionally, the board features height adjustable feet with 2 levels of adjustment. It was reassuring to see that this particular feature wasn't cut out in order to achieve the price point. Moving to the edges of the board, you'll notice a solid panel running the entire perimeter. I appreciate the minimalistic and sharp design approach here. The back edge is 2-tiered, with the bottom tier featuring your connectivity options. From left to right, you'll notice your 2.4 GHz dongle, connection mode toggle, operating system toggle, and your USB-C port, offering convenient accessibility. Returning to the top side, things start to get interesting. In the top right corner, you'll notice the volume knob. It's metal with this distinctive checkered pattern. It features tactile bumps enabling easy fine-tuning of your volume, along with one tactile click for muting and unmuting. I would like to highlight that this knob serves a single function: media control. Unlike many keyboards nowadays that offer RGB control via this knob, the GMK87 lacks this feature, which I wasn't surprised by. It is a very budget board after all. Even more notable than the volume knob is its neighbour, the LCD screen. I must commend the inclusion of a screen on such a budget keyboard. That is really impressive. By default, this screen displays a range of information from date and time to connection mode, as well as your battery level indicator. I've also provided a link to an imaging software in the video description. With this tool, you can override the default settings and upload an image or GIF. Remember to choose a horizontal image for most visual effect. While some may argue it's gimmicky, and rightly so, I think it's a cool inclusion on this board, allowing each user to inject their own sense of personality into the board. Lastly, I want to highlight this small LED strip on the surface. Its sole purpose is to add another layer of customization through its RGB lighting effects, which you can toggle between using the function and page up or down shortcuts. For visual symmetry, I would have preferred if this bar spanned the width of the 3 keycaps rather than just the 1, but that's just a minor nitpick. One of the standout features of the 87 for me is its VIA programmability. I cannot overstate how important it is to have this feature in a keyboard kit that you can pick up for just $40 if you shop around. Without this video turning into a VIA tutorial, it offers deep customization, allowing you to remap keys, create macros, and toggle your lighting presets. I'll also have the JSON config file for those of you that are interested, linked down in the description. Now, perhaps my biggest gripe with this otherwise exceptional keyboard is its measly 3000 mAh battery. With this board featuring an LCD screen, an RGB strip, and full RGB backlighting, it significantly limits the amount of time this board can be used wirelessly. I do understand, however, reducing the battery size would have been one of the major cost-cutting exercises in order to pass down the incredible value to the consumer. As I mentioned earlier, this board features full RGB backlighting with plenty of presets you can toggle between. As always, it's time to play the sound test before I leave you with my closing thoughts and recommendations. Before we proceed, I do just want to clarify that this board was not sent out for review or advertisement purposes. With that being said, I think this keyboard is the best TKL layout you can get for $40, considering the features you get and how well it sounds and feels. I highly recommend this keyboard to just about anyone watching this video. If you're just getting into the custom keyboard community, this is by far the best place to start, especially if you prefer a TKL layout. Alternatively, if you would prefer a smaller, more compact layout, do check out the GMK87. This board offers stellar performance with minimal effort required. Simply add your switches and keycaps and you're pretty much ready to go. On the other hand, if you are a custom keyboard veteran, I would still encourage you to pick this board up and tweak it to your preferences. I don't think you'll be disappointed. That concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to check out some builds using the smaller GMK87, check out either of these videos here.